What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for SOFI Technologies with the ticker symbol SOFI. Remember, if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So SoFi is probably the stock that I get the most hate on, but I've been right most of the time because the trend is just continuing to drop, and I keep on saying it's gonna drop, and it's just a higher probability to always stick with the trend. You can see this channel is working like clockwork. You can see that we got rejected here, we got rejected here, and we got rejected here. We are getting support from the bottom side of the channel, which is supposed to happen. So we are coming near support, so we could see a bounce for SoFi back up to the resistance side of the channel, maybe even a breakout side of this channel, because normally we're not going to keep on staying inside of the pattern. We'll probably change patterns sooner than later. So we could make a run up all the way probably back up to the $12 level, and then maybe see one more drop down to retest the previous low. So earnings are coming up, and we are getting far away from the EMA, so then we could see a push up. They can use earnings to push the market up. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who want to go short, but they're probably gonna go short right into support, especially since we are back to IPO prices where we had this large move up. So it's not a good time to go short for any investors or traders. So we are pretty much near support. We are getting far away from the EMA, and we're getting close to the support side of the channel. So like I said before, in the coming days we might see a little more selling, but the earnings, they'll probably use it to push the market up because it's going to be overdue. So when we see that push up, like I said before, we could reach maybe the $12 or $13 level, but I think that'll be short-lived, and we probably might see another run down before seeing the reversal or some sideways action, because the trend is usually not going to end until we see a breakout side of the channel and a move to a new low. So we normally don't have to get that if the horizontal support is strong enough, but in this case I'm gonna assume that we get that unless anything else changes. So before, I think that I was only bullish one time for Palantir, and that was back here in mid-December, and I was bullish because we came back to support. So you can see that we did bounce at previous support numerous times. You can see that we got a bounce over here, multiple touches over here, and then I released my video back here in mid-December, assuming that we would go back up to the highs because we were just going from the highs to the lows and the lows to highs. So this was a range pattern. However, again, like I said before, the pattern is not going to always stay the same, because if it gets too predictable, then the market has to change course, because then everyone just starts, assuming what's going to happen, and the market can't have that. So we did get that bounce, and the price action did continue higher up until you can see that I think most people will be bullish right here because they don't see what's going to happen. And the pretty much the price action changed because now you got rejected from the channel. If I drag it from the lows and I connect it to the highs, now we have a channel, and the EMA is acting as resistance, and you can see that it started selling prices lower and lower. So pretty much the pattern changed, and now the channel held for quite a long time and is still holding. So I'm pretty sure no one would have been, any professional trader would have stopped taking longs and started looking for shorts, and they would have shorted every pullback. So even this pop up right here back on January 2020, everyone thought this was the bottom, and what do you know, it was just a stop loss hunt to stop out all the shorts that went right here. All the shorts who went right over here, it came right back to their stop losses to take their break evens or even hit their stop losses that they had above this swing. And then usually when the market does that, it's probably going to continue lower much further, and that's exactly what happened. So we had a huge move down. So what I see now for SoFi, so like I said before, we are coming near supports. So obviously I'm not bearish right now. We could see a pop up, especially since earnings are coming, but we're gonna need to evaluate if that pop up is gonna be the real deal or just a fake out, like we had numerous times before. So I'm still thinking we can continue lower even after the pop up that I assume we will get. So let me show you guys some measured moves. We still have not reached the measured move target. You can see that this was the first leg down, and then we had a two-legged correction. You can see that was the first leg up, a correction, and then another leg up. So that could be the center of the pattern. And if I drag the measured move over, you can see the target I have for SoFi is right at the $9.60 65 cents level. So we're getting very close to the measured moves, just like I showed you guys on Palantir. So we could see a bigger pullback than we have seen before in the market. So again, it's always more wise to predict or assume that we have not bottomed, because there's only one possible bottom in a market. We're not going to have a bunch of bottoms, right? There's only one bottom before we start trending up. So we have not had that yet, and it's just always better to assume that we're not going to get it. Eventually we will. Eventually we will bottom, and we'll see a reversal for SOFI, and then I'm going to look for longs. Well, I'm going to be more bullish on SOFI. So right now the trend is down, and it's just more wise to assume that every bottom, or excuse me, every pullback is just going to be a pullback, and we're going to see low prices. So as right now, we could travel a little bit lower, but we are near support, so we could see a bigger pullback. But I think that pullback is just going to be a fake out for lower prices to come in the future. So we'll have to wait and see. If SOFI starts selling off a lot, like it just starts crashing really quickly, then, and it reaches that measured move target that I had in place, then we might not even get that new low, because then we would have an overshoot of the channel. So let me show you guys right now. So we need to see bottom patterns form for the market to be a bottom. So you can see that this channel is working like clockwork. So if we start getting prices outside of the channel on this side, that could lead to a big push up on this side. Because if we have a break outside of a channel on this side, since the market is symmetrical, we could see a break outside on this side. So if SOFI starts selling off right before earnings, and we see price bars outside of this yellow channel, we could see a gap up for the market. So that's everything I have on the daily chart. Let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So SOFI is entering IPO territory, so we could see a bounce over here, or we could not. Some stocks were selling off a lot, like PayPal, and they just sold off even more after earnings. So we don't 100%. I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna get the bounce from here, but I'm suspecting it, just because we're getting far away from the EMA, and we're near support, so we could see that bounce up. But again, we don't have a lot of price action on this chart. We don't know what happened here before, because this was the IPO price and we shot up. So I don't know what happened before at this level. So this is like a first time for everyone to looking at the chart. So we're gonna have to wait and see what will be the second time when prices come to this level. We're gonna have to wait and see if prices just break through it, or it actually holds and we see higher prices. So we'll have to wait and see what SOFI wants to do. But I'll give you guys an update. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.